Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome back in the beautiful series of following Sri Rupa's instruction. To approach Sri Radha-kunda. Om Ganati Miranda Saganam Janam Shalake Chakshuramirithamina Tasme Shivara Namaha Shri Chaitanya Bistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Priya Swarupe Daita Swarupe Prema Swarupe Sahajaminupe Ninjanurupe Prabhurika Rupe Tatanarupe Swavilas Rupe Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutare Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyari Pashyatalishatari. So we saw last time how Rupa was explaining that Radha-kunda and Shyamakunda are higher than Mathura, the forest of Vrindavan, the divinely transcendental golden hill, because there overflows that unique love which is so rare and impossible to attain because it's too beautiful. But in Radha-kunda it overflows. So whoever may be able to attain Radha-kunda will be flooded by such a love. So, Rupa tells us 3 verses about Sri Radha-kunda in order to emphasize in 3 ways she will tell us the greatness of Radha-kunda. These 3 verses, they are quite similar, but they're telling the same thing with a different approach, with a different angle of vision. So, in the verse number 10, Rupa says, in the Shastra it is said that all type of fruitive worker, the person who is advanced in knowledge is higher, of the higher values of life, is favored by the Supreme Lord. Out of many such people who are advanced in knowledge, the Gyanis, one who is really liberated by virtue of his knowledge may take to devotional service. He is superior to the others. However, one who has actually attained prema, pure love of Krishna, is superior to him. So the practicing and perfect devotees the practicing devotees who have firm faith in Radha and Krishna, and in the transcendental reality of Krishna's pastime in Radha-kunda, those who have this faith, they are superior to the fruitive workers, they are superior to the Gyanis, and they are superior even to the liberated soul. These are different kinds of people. Then comes the devotees. The devotees has faith in Radha and Krishna. He has faith in the most beautiful place of Radha-kunda. He has heard about and is attracted by, and he has faith that this is the topmost thing. This person becomes higher than all these other people. But those who have attained prema is superior to the practicing devotee who only has faith. The gopis are exalted above all the advanced devotees because they are always totally dependent upon Sri Krishna, the transcendental cowboy. Among the gopis, Srimati Radharani is the most dear to Krishna. So he's making a gradation of the different kind of people. So, among the devotees who are practicing Krishna consciousness, those who understand the different values of this person are very sober person, very sober devotees, and we need to understand the topmost spiritual entities are the associates of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. So we should always try to think about them, all the associates of Vrindavan. But then we should also understand that among them, the gopis have such a special love for Krishna. Because Prabhupada says they depend completely on Krishna. They live only by Him. He is their life and soul. They don't know anything else than Krishna. They have surrendered their thought and their heart to Krishna. That means they have given to Krishna every thought they have. They don't think about anything else. That's the point of being a devotee. In the beginning we learn about serving God, sacrificing for God, doing things, offering Him things. But Krishna said, Man mana bhava. Give me your mind, give me your heart, madjita, madgata prana. Give me your heart, make me your ultimate destination. Make me the ultimate and only thing you want to attain. Make me your life and soul, madjita, madgata prana. This is what Krishna wants. We have to give Him our every thought, every second of the day. It may seem very difficult, but actually it comes gradually and it's very sweet, because thinking about Krishna is extremely sweet and inspiring as we learn to know about Him. So the gopis, they are the most perfected in this art of thinking about Krishna. So the Vaishnavas who are attracted to the gopis' love, this particular love, the highest Vaishnavas. They're following the highest path. And then they understand that among all of them, Sri Radha is the supreme. So they develop a special attraction for Radha and her girlfriend. This is what Rupa wants to tell us. Develop a special attraction for them because they are the most beautiful. Why? Because they have this love. They have this amazing love. What is this love? We spoke about it yesterday a little bit. Now, I wanted to tell you a little bit more. Samartha-rati. This Samartha-rati, which is the rati of the love that is present in the girls, the young girls of Raj, the gopis. It's considered to be the topmost jewel of these three kinds of love: Sadarani, Samanjasa, and Samartha, they are compared to three jewels. So Sadharani is like a jewel. This is the love like Kubja. They have love for Krishna, but they also desire to be with Krishna, to meet Krishna. So this is their love. Then there is the Samanjasa Rati. So the Sadharani Rati, like love of Kubja, is considered inferior. That's what's the meaning. And Samanjasa Rati is called proper love. Proper love. These are the queens of Dwaraka. They have this proper love. They have a slight desire for the happiness of meeting Krishna. But it's not predominating. They care more about Krishna's happiness. That's more important than their own happiness. Even though they want to experience the happiness of being with Krishna, still the happiness of Krishna is more important. But it's still there, the happiness of being with Krishna, we call Sambhoga, of meeting Krishna, is still there in them. Their love is considered like a Chintamani jewel, spiritual jewel. And the gopis of Raj, they have this special love, Samartha Rati, which is considered to be the Kaustuba jewel, the unique topmost jewel that Krishna has on his chest. This is called a very strong love. So that feeling of Samartha-rati is a very special feeling of sacrifice, where actually it's completely selfless and free from the desire of being with Krishna even. They only want Krishna's happiness. There is no real space for thinking about the desire of being with Krishna. Though it seems when they're speaking, sometimes they are crying separation and they want to be with Krishna, but they do this for Krishna's happiness, not for their own happiness. If there is the desire for being with Krishna, for experiencing the happiness of being with Krishna, that happiness, they offer it to Krishna. They want to experience the happiness of being with Krishna because this happiness pleases Krishna. So then, okay, they want it. You understand? So everything is focused on what is for Krishna. Because it's pleasing to Krishna that they become happy by being with him. So they accept to be happy by being with him. That's their love. That's how they offer all personal bliss of being with Krishna back to Krishna. They offer the bliss of being with Krishna that they don't even desire, but inevitably it comes, as we said yesterday, because that love is so pure that it is actually growing, and it makes the bliss of that love growing, but then they offer that bliss back to Krishna by thinking that this bliss is pleasing Krishna. It's a very special aspect of Samartha-rati. That means there is nothing for them, because everything which is for them, they include it in what they offer to Krishna. They're happy because it pleases Krishna. That's a very beautiful aspect of Samartha-rati. So these young girls of Raj, they have this very special love So among all the souls of the universe, they are standing supreme. Nobody can equal their love. It's such a deep love. It's not because they are most beautiful that Krishna wants to be with them. It's because they have this unique love. And of course, then, the nature of love is that it makes the lover, it makes the person who carries that love in his heart beautiful. So they also become the most beautiful young girl of the three worlds. But this is because of their love. Krishna is not interested in beauty which is deprived of love. Not at all. Krishna is interested in pure love. But pure love makes them extremely beautiful. Then, what can we say more about their love? So much, actually. So much. But let's say few things. Their love is Mahabhav. Mahabhava, the greatest ecstasy of love that exists. So we should always remember, love means giving everything to Krishna without desiring anything in return. And that the highest bliss. The highest bliss is to not search for any bliss, but just desire to give everything to Krishna. That state of mind, that state of heart brings the highest bliss. So what is Mahabhav? We can't explain really. It will take to go through all the description of the different level of love, but let's explain a few descriptions of Ruda Mahabhav, Adiruda Mahabhav. Ruda Mahabhav. When someone has Ruda Mahabhav, which is prior to the gopis of Raj, but listen to that, that's already so amazing. It makes that even the passing of a moment, like the blink of an eye, without Krishna is unbearable. They cannot support that one moment without Krishna. Yuga etam nimeshena. It seems to them to be like an entire yuga. And the shortest of all the yuga is 432,000 years. That means, and nimeshena means the blinking of an eye. So they have such a love that if they are without Krishna, the time of a nimisha, which is not even 1 second, the blinking of an eye, it's a fraction of a second, seems to them to last at least 432,000 years. Can you imagine this? This is love. This is real love. And this is where love is supposed to go. This is where we're supposed to go. This is where Rupa is bringing us. This is what is happening in Radha-kunda. Such love that even the passing of a moment without Krishna is unbearable. This Ruda Mahabhav churns the heart of everybody who is present. Nobody can resist it. It's churning the heart, it's so intense. And then, the reverse happens also. When they are with Krishna, even an entire kalpa, a day of Brahma, seems to be like an instant. Like when Krishna manifested this beautiful rasa dance. He extended that night for an entire kalpa, an entire day of Brahma, which means what is an entire day of Brahma? I don't remember if it's 4,320,000,000 years. I think that's that. We can't even think about such time because we know only for us 1 year is so long. So this is a notion, we don't have any idea of it, but it's like unlimited for us. So that night lasted like forever. But for them, because they were with Krishna, it seemed that it lasted only one instant. This is the effect of Ruda Mahabhav. Also, one aspect of Ruda Mahabhav is they're feeling so much apprehensive that Krishna may undergo the slightest inconvenience. They're thinking, what? When Krishna walks in the forest, maybe these pebbles and thorns, they may harm his feet. They are so delicate because they have so much attachment for Krishna's form. Actually, Krishna is not harmed by the thorns and pebbles of Raj, because this is Raj. Pebbles are soft, and there are no thorns. If there are thorns, there are soft thorns also. And the land also, the pebbles, they are serving Krishna. Everything is serving Krishna. So they make the ground especially comfortable for him. That's their service. When Krishna walks on the ground, he also exchanges with the earth. There is an exchange of love also with these peoples. So it's extremely pleasing. So their fear doesn't exist, but still they are dying in anxiety, thinking, what if thorns and people would harm Krishna's feet, which doesn't exist. But for them, it's so painful to think like that. Another aspect of Ruda Mahabhav is that one becomes forgetful of everything, even oneself, because of this love. They can think only about Krishna and about their love for Krishna. They don't think even about their home, their families, their duties. They can't even think about it. They just forget it. It's forgotten. That's like something that doesn't exist. Even themselves, they forget about themselves. That means it's just like they don't exist also. The only thing that exists for them is their love for Krishna and Krishna. Then another thing is, we already told that. Now what is Adhiruddha Mahabhav? That Mahabhav that only the gopis of Raj, they experience. It is said that when all these feelings that we have described, they attain very special characteristic and intensity, then they become they reach a very sublime and astonishing level, which is called how we say, Sudipta. It's a blazing level. Then, what is the characteristic of Adhiruddha Mahabhav, that love that only the gopi of Raj they have, is that one feels as if all the form of happiness within billions of universes do not compare with a iota of the happiness of meeting with Krishna. That's their feeling. If you take all the happiness in all the billions of universes, you put all that happiness together, they think this happiness is nothing compared with a little drop of the happiness of meeting Krishna. These are things to think about, because this is the love that we're supposed to awaken. It's extreme. It's crazy in one sense, but in the beautiful way of being crazy. This is called Divyonmara, divine craziness. This is the most beautiful craziness, which is more beautiful than anything else. And reversedly, all the suffering of billions of universe cannot compare with even a small particle of the intense suffering in Krishna's separation. That means they are undergoing this kind of happiness, which is greater than all the happiness of billions of universes together. But at the same time, they're also undergoing this kind of suffering which is greater than all the suffering of all the billions of universe together when they're not with Krishna. These feelings, all these feelings that we have said, they exist only in the group of Radhika. This is a level of intensity of love. Only those who are in the group of Sri Radha. And then there is another condition which is called Mohana, Adiruddha Mahabhav. Then when the mood of separation grows, and then all this feeling attain, as we had said, the level of Sudipta, burning. It's like a burning, intense feeling. This feeling exists only in Radha and her closest friend like Lalita and Vishaka. But they are mostly awakened in the heart of Radha. It exists also in Lalita and Vishaka and her closest friend, but to a lesser degree. Then what happens in this Mohana Bhav, in the heart of Radha, when she is feeling that separation? What happens? What is this love that is making Radha-kunda so beautiful? When this love is felt, when Radharani feels that love in her heart or her closest girlfriend, Krishna faints, no matter where he is. If Krishna is even far, far away in Dwarka, when they enter into that feeling of separation, to that intensity, which is their own intensity that nobody else has, Krishna faints. Even if he's in the harm of some of his wife in Dwarka, he will faint. So that love has this power. Then another aspect of this love is that it desires Krishna's happiness even at the cost of enduring unlimited suffering. They are willing to accept unlimited suffering for the pleasure of Krishna. Which actually, we have to understand, will not be suffering, because feeling that level of love of Krishna is the greatest ecstasy. This is a feeling, this is an impression that actually doesn't exist as we understand suffering. This is a spiritual suffering, which is actually a very beautiful bliss. And then there is an aspect which is called Brahmandakshobakarita, which makes the whole universe to feel anguish, and even the birds and beasts to begin crying when this love manifests in the heart of Radha and her closest companion, like Lalita and Vishaka. I guess this is meaning about the Astasakis and the Manjaris. Then it spreads and causes the whole universe to feel anguish and to cry. This is a very deep love. Then Radharani, when she enters into that feeling of separation, she longs that death comes and the 5 elements of her body may associate with Krishna. She thinks, let me die and let the earth of my body, the water of my body, the air of my body, the fire of my body, and the ether, the space of my body, associate with Krishna. Let the earth of my body go back to the dust and be touched by Krishna's lotus feet. Let the air of my body merge with the wind and caresses Krishna's body. In this way, she wants to die. And then there is the stage called Divya Om-mada, practically speaking, as we were saying, where Radhani becomes completely illusioned, like if she would be crazy, but she's not crazy. She's just completely absorbed in the most highest and beautiful love. And it looks like she's transcendentally unstable. All these miraculous characteristics of Mahabharata, they are present to the fullest extent in the heart of Sri Radha, and to a slighter extent in the heart of her girlfriend. There are many other things, dear devotees, but even above this, there is one state called Madana, which is so difficult to understand, a state of love, that I will not try to describe it today, just give a little glimpse that love exists only in the heart of Radha. And in that state of love, she experienced unlimited union and separation simultaneously. What does it mean? It means nothing for someone who has no experience of real love for Krishna, of pure love for Krishna. It means everything for someone who has. But we can try to think about, and it's very good actually to meditate about these feelings of love. They're described in Ujjvala Nilamani by Rupa. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur also take them from Ujjvala Nilamani and discuss them in Jaiva Dharma. Maybe a little bit more accessible way, summarized, good for a first approach. At this level, when she is in that love of Madana, that she has only her. It makes that these feelings, they also reach the highest level of intensity. What to say? That stage of Madana, she experienced unlimited happiness of meeting Krishna, as well as unlimited sadness of being separated from Krishna at the same time. So it's very difficult to understand that level of love, but we can realize the greatness of her love. I wanted to say this just few details to understand what all this is about. It's about a place which is most beautiful, but it's all about love, because in this place, this love of the gopis for Krishna is overflowing. That's why we worship Radha, because she has this highest love. That's why we worship her closest girlfriend, because they are also the receptacles. They are also the I don't know how to, maybe it's correct, but they are also the ashraya of such love, repositories of such love. That's what makes Sri Radha topmost. Among the gopis, Prabhupada says, Srimati Radharani is the most dear to Krishna. She's the most dear to Krishna because she experienced such a love for him. His heart cannot but be completely captured by that love. Then Rupa says, and her kund, Radha-kunda, is as profoundly dear to Krishna as her. Who then will not reside at Radha-kunda and in a spiritual body surcharged with ecstatic devotional feeling, render loving service to the divine couple, Sri Sri Radha Govinda, who perform their Astakaliya Lila, their eternal eightfold daily pastime there? Who will not reside at Radha-kunda, Srila Prabhupada said, understanding what is this place, understanding the love that is manifested in this place, understanding how this love is the most beautiful things ever, forever. Who will not just reside at Radha-kunda? How? Physically? Rupa said we can do it physically, it's good, it's very helpful actually, but Prabhupada mentions, and here Prabhupada translates particularly, in a spiritual body, surcharged with ecstatic devotional feeling. That means within our heart. It means actually those who attain such a level of love for Krishna, then their swarup, their eternal form, manifest by the mercy of Radha and Shyam, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and our Acharyas, by the mercy of the Holy Name, their eternal identity manifests. And in that form, then they can live, they can truly reside on the bank of the eternal Radha-kunda, which we can't see with our eyes. That reality that we will listen soon, the description of which we will listen soon from Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, which means Kasturi Manjari, how this Radha-kunda looks like. So this is the way to live eternally in Radha-kunda, to obtain a spiritual body surcharged with ecstatic devotional feelings. And in that body reside at Radha-kunda and serve Shri Shri Radha Govinda, Radha Shyam, Radhani and Krishna in the eternal eightfold daily pastime, which is called Asta Kaliya Leela. That means their pastime, and it goes on eternally in the spiritual world of Goloka. Astakala means these are 8 periods of times. And it starts with the end of the night and the morning, Nishanta, Prata, then late morning, noon, then beginning of the afternoon, late afternoon, beginning of the evening, later evening, and night. This is what they are doing eternally in Goloka. And there, the topmost goal of life, Prabhupada and Rupa explained to us here, is to attain a transcendental body, to be able to serve them eternally in this place, at least for some time of the day, because they are not always in Radha-kunda, in a spiritual body with ecstatic devotional feelings. Shiva Maharaj writes in Navavraj Mahima, Radha's lake is as dear to Krishna as she is. Hence, the most fortunate Vaishnavas reside on the banks, groves and gardens of Radha-kunda, which steadily become the object of their constant meditation. So that means prior to the ultimate realization of our spiritual body, the way to reside in Radha-kunda is to start meditating upon these groves around Radha-kunda and these gardens surrounding Radha-kunda and the banks of Radha-kunda that will be described. To make such a description, the meditation of our heart is the beginning of residing there when we have not yet attained the spiritual body. By meditating upon it, thinking about it, when we chant the holy name or whenever, then that reality will start to become more and more real, to manifest in our heart. This is the power of Radha and Krishna's grace. And he says, either with a purified mind or in a spiritual body, surcharged with ecstatic devotional love, devotees render service to Radha and Krishna as they perform the eternal eightfold daily pastime. So he's explaining that actually in what Rupa and Prabhupada tells us. Who will not reside at Radha-kunda and in a spiritual body surcharged with ecstatic devotional feelings, render service to Radha and Shyam in their daily pastime. It means also this is experienced in 2 different levels. The ultimate level is to experience this, as we said, in a spiritual body, Swarup, fully realized by the mercy of Radha Shyam and Srila Prabhupada and the Holy Name. A spiritual body surcharged with ecstatic devotional love, which is our eternal form. We don't see that form, but it's there. This is us. This is our real identity. Ultimately, this is what we are what we have to realize we are, or who we have to realize we are. So the ultimate level is to reside on the bank of Radha-kunda in that ultimate form. Prior to this, as he mentioned here, is to do this with a purified mind. Purified mind, it means a mind purified by chanting of the holy name, by serving Gauranga Mahaprabhu's mission, by sacrificing everything we have, our life, heart and soul, to the service of Sri Gauranga's lotus feet, in the service of Srila Prabhupada. This is a purified mind, and with such a purified mind, putting aside all other desire, just meditating on this beautiful Radha-kunda and on this most beautiful divine love, and hoping above everything else to be able to develop such a love and reside on the bank of eternal Radha-kunda, to serve Radha and Krishna there, not for our happiness, but for their happiness, because that's what they want from us. That's what brings them the highest happiness. So that's why we purified our mind, and when some purity starts to come in our life, then the capacity of absorbing ourselves and meditating comes when we chant the holy name. And then, as Prabhupada said, the goal is that as soon as we chant Hare Krishna, then the remembrance of Krishna's form, qualities, and pastime manifest automatically. Means in the beginning we're chanting to purify our mind and to get free from the anarthas. But then the real goal of the chanting that Prabhupada was mentioning, the higher level, is that when one starts to chant, all these things come automatically to the remembrance, because the devotee has heard so much about Krishna's beauty, about his love, about his pastime, about his transcendental abode. And his heart has become purified of material desires, and he has cultivated the only soul desire to experience that pure love of Radha and Krishna, and to serve them in their eternal pastime. Then one can start naturally. When he chants, these beautiful things will come to in his purified mind, and that's the level actually where the holy name becomes unlimitedly sweet, called ruchi. Ruchi is already purified mind. There is still progress, but at the stage of ruchi one starts to meditate, because he perceives. That's what we mean when we say there is unlimited sweetness of the holy name is experience. The unlimited sweetness of the holy name experience as ruchi is experienced in the form of starting to perceive the divine form of Krishna, his qualities, his pastimes. Devotee who chants at the level of ruchi start to perceive some glimpse of this, and that makes the holy name extremely sweet, because even though it's only the first glimpse of this, it's already so unlimitedly beautiful that nothing else can attract him. That's why Nadanam Najanam Sundarim, he desires and nothing else in this material world, just Bhavatat Bhakti Rahi to serve Krishna. That's the level of ruchi. And then what happens is then Ashakti appears when the pastimes of Krishna, the mind becomes more absorbed, more purified, and then when someone chants, automatically the pastimes of Krishna appears in the mind, and one attains a Shakti, attachment for Krishna. It's not only taste, now it's attachment, because the perception of Krishna is deeper, is more beautiful, it's more fully manifested in his heart. So with a purified mind, actually we could even say starting from Nishta, one can start to meditate. And we could say even before one can start to meditate on Radha-kunda and on this ultimate and beautiful love that Radha and the Gopis have for Krishna, and that inevitably Krishna also has for them the same love. Yataman prapadyante tam stateva pajamyaha. Although Krishna admitted himself that he didn't have that love to offer them back. It's true, but still, by saying this, he's manifesting also some feeling that will also make the appearance of that love in his heart. So, Prabhupada concludes this verse by saying, indeed, those who execute devotional service on the bank of Radha-kunda are the most fortunate people of the universe. That means those who start with a purified mind to desire, to attain that divine abode, that divine love, and that divine service of Sri Radha and her girlfriend, to be able to serve them and to serve Krishna when he is with them. That person becomes most fortunate people in the universe, because that's the beginning of his greatest fortune. And we can start to meditate upon it from where we are, just that we will perceive only according to our spiritual advancement. But it doesn't mean we can't. We should not think that we have attained that topmost level as soon as we start a little bit thinking about it with our not yet purified mind, and we perceive not so much. That's just the beginning. But if we're realistic and we realize that's just the beginning, I am so fallen, actually it's unlimitedly more beautiful than this. But by the mercy of Radhesham, Srila Prabhupada and the holy name, I'm being given some little drops, even from this most fallen level where I am. If we keep that, then we can meditate upon it and start to purify our mind, because this is also actually the best way to purify our mind, while in the meantime serving the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yata yata gora padara vindaya vindeta bhaktim krita punya rasi tata tata utsarita ridyakasmat Radha padambuja sudambu rasi. So by serving the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu, by making the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu our greatest treasure, then that love of Radha, that service of Radha, they manifest in our heart, and we find ourselves swimming in the ocean of Radha and flowing from Radha and his lotus feet. So we do two at the same time. It's not that on a beginning level we stop everything to try to meditate. We can't. It would be fake. But we have right to meditate for some time and to continue serving at the same time in order to purify ourselves. And this also meditation is very powerful. way of being purified, as explained in the Vikriditam verse. Shukadev Goswami says, by hearing the pastime of Krishna and the gopis with faith, all the lust within the heart, all the impurities will be destroyed. This is the greatest way to destroy it. And actually, Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Jayavadharma even mentioned that's the only way to destroy it, really. So, indeed, Shastra tells us, Rupa tells us that if we take advantage of the opportunity to undertake devotional service on the bank of Radha-kunda, we become the most fortunate soul of the universe. So let us become most fortunate soul of the universe, even though we are most fallen. We can become the most fortunate if we take that hand of Rupa and understand what she is telling us here. That means take this in your heart, that the gopis are exalted above all the advanced devotees, and that among the gopis, Radhani is the dearest to Krishna. Why? Because Radhani, her girlfriend, they have the topmost level of love for Krishna, which some just few drops we have been describing, and because of that, they also are the most beautiful person, the sweetest person, overflowing with love, desiring nothing for them, just everything for Krishna. And they are also the most compassionate and merciful person. Rupa is telling us, come and meet these most sublime personalities, Tad Ajodhyam Picha, and reside in this kund with a purified mind, by serving Gauranga with your life and soul, with your purified mind. Stop trying to reside on the bank of that kund, surrounded by many kunds. Rupa is trying to tell us, take this in your life and desire to attain a spiritual body, surcharged with ecstatic devotional feelings, and to be able to serve Shri Radha Shyam there in the eternal Astakaliya Leela, on that the most ultimate place, among those most elevated gopis who have the greatest love for Krishna. Develop that desire and aspire for this. Then thus become one of the most fortunate souls of the universe. Let us try to follow Rupa and open our heart to that instruction of her, take it at heart and make it the path of our life. Thank you very much. Tomorrow we're saying the last verse of Sri Rupa Padashamrita, and then we will speak about how Radha-kunda appeared and what is the nature of these lakes and how it appeared from Radha and Krishna in the spiritual world. Thank you so much. I don't know if someone is still listening at this stage, but Apana Shodite, as Kaviraj Goswami used to say, I do it nevertheless, anyway, for my own purification, hoping that I can take Shri Rupa's hand and follow her to that divine kund, or those two divine kund, and there be with her and stay with her eternally and serve her forever. May you also do the same thing. Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Shri Gaura Nitai Advaita Gadai Srivas Ki Jai.